You have worn a t-shirt 1,000 times, and somehow it still never looks quite right. If you have ever pulled one on, glanced in the mirror, and thought, this looks fine but nothing special, this video is going to change that today. I researched the worst style mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women, so you get simple, proven transformations that work instantly. Today we are perfecting 8 ways to style a t-shirt after 60. And by part 3, you will want to pause and go straight to your wardrobe. We are covering fabric and fit in part 1, layering secrets in part 2, the one tucking trick most women skip in part 3, color and contrast in part 4, and accessories that elevate everything in part 5. And the very first mistake? It is hiding inside a t-shirt you already own. Let's go. Part 1, fit and fabric, the foundation most women ignore. You pulled on a t-shirt this morning and something felt slightly off. Not bad, just not quite right. That feeling has a name, and it comes down to 2 things, fit and fabric. Most women over 60 are wearing t-shirts that were never designed for their silhouette. And the result is a look that adds years without them even knowing why. Here is the truth most women never hear. The weight of your fabric is doing as much work as the shape. A thin jersey t-shirt clings to every curve you do not want highlighted and sags everywhere you wish it would not. Heavyweight cotton, modal blends, and ribbed knit sit differently on the body. They skim rather than cling, and that difference alone reads as 5 years younger on camera and in the mirror. This is the one thing I wish someone had told me years ago. The shoulder seam is your first checkpoint. If it is sitting even half an inch past the edge of your shoulder, the entire top reads as borrowed, not bought for you. Swap an oversized boxy tee for a semi-fitted or straight-cut version in a mid-weight fabric, and your bone structure suddenly has room to show up. Yes, that's simple. If you are still reaching for thin jersey basics, swap them for modal, ribbed cotton, or a ponte blend tee. The drape is completely different and your posture looks 10 times better the moment you put it on. One maintenance tip: always wash your t-shirts inside out in cold water on a gentle cycle. Mid-weight fabrics hold their shape 3 times longer when treated this way. And shape is everything at this stage. Coming up in part 2, we are going into the layering technique that turns your simplest t-shirt into a full look, and the mistake women make that makes layering look sloppy instead of chic. Part 2, layering, the chic trick that works every time. Have you ever layered a t-shirt over something and thought it looked more complicated than it did in your head? Most women either underlayer, just the tee, nothing added, or overlayer and lose the shape of everything underneath. There is a middle path, and it is the one that women with effortless style use every single time. The key insight is this: layering works when the outer piece does the structural work and the t-shirt stays soft underneath. Your t-shirt is not the statement, it is the foundation. The moment you understand that, your layering goes from looking like an afterthought to looking like it was planned by a stylist. This one is everything. A long open blazer in a neutral, oatmeal, camel, soft ivory, worn over a fitted tee instantly creates vertical length. That vertical line draws the eye up and down rather than across, which is the difference between your natural elegance showing and getting hidden. If you are still layering a cardigan that hits at the widest part of your hip, swap it for an open front longline version that ends at mid-thigh. Those beautiful eyes of yours will not be the first thing people notice anymore. Your whole silhouette will be. There is one layering ratio that changes everything about how your outfit reads. And it is this: 2/3 outer piece, 1/3 visible tee. If your tee shows from the collarbone to mid-chest, and then your blazer takes over, the proportion is exactly right. Too much tee showing makes the layering look unfinished. Too little makes it look like you forgot you were wearing one. Maintenance for layered looks. Steam rather than iron your blazers. A steamer takes 30 seconds and keeps the structure of the outer layer looking intentional rather than lived in. Part 3 is the one most women skip entirely, and it involves something you do in 30 seconds that changes the entire silhouette. The tucking trick that makes a t-shirt look like it was made for your body. Part 3, the tuck. 30 seconds that transforms everything. You spend 20 minutes putting together an outfit, and something still looks slightly unfinished. The hem of your t-shirt is just sitting there, untucked, untouched, undoing everything the rest of the outfit is trying to achieve. Here is the truth. A fully tucked t-shirt can look stiff and overdone, and a fully untucked one can lose the waist entirely. The solution is the French tuck, A half tuck at the front only, leaving the sides and back loose. It defines your waist without pulling or restricting. And it makes your trousers or skirt look like they belong to a full intentional outfit rather than a random pairing. Honestly, this is the one fix that made a friend of mine stop mid-conversation and ask what had changed. The front tuck works even better when you grip just 1 to 2 inches of fabric at the center front and push it gently into the waistband rather than forcing the entire hem in. That soft gather is what reads as effortless rather than tucked in a rush. If you are still leaving your tee fully untucked over high-waisted trousers, swap it for a small front tuck. Your waistline will appear, your posture will look more refined, and your natural elegance will finally have room to breathe. You needed to hear this. There is one variation of the tuck that takes 30 seconds longer and creates a completely different silhouette. The side tuck, where you gather and tuck only at one hip, creates asymmetry that your bone structure absolutely loves. It gives movement and personality to the simplest outfit without adding a single accessory. Maintenance. If your t-shirt is too long to tuck cleanly, have a tailor shorten the hem by 2 inches. That small alteration pays for itself every single time you get dressed. Part 4 is where color comes in, and there is one contrast principle that the most stylish women over 60 use without even thinking about it. While most women are still making the mistake that makes the whole outfit disappear. Part 4. Color and contrast. What the stylish women always get right. Have you ever worn an all-neutral outfit and felt like you disappeared into the background? That is not a coincidence. It is a color problem, and it is one of the most common mistakes women over 60 make with t-shirts. Wearing your tee in the exact same tone as your bottoms flattens everything. Your face, your silhouette, your presence in the room. The key insight is tonal contrast. Not bold clashing colors, but a deliberate lightness difference between your top and your bottom. A warm white or ivory tee against camel trousers reads beautifully. A soft gray tee against deep navy creates the same lift. The contrast pulls the eye to your face and elongates your silhouette at the same time. That contrast is what stops people in their tracks. There is one color technique that changes everything about how your face reads on camera and in person. And it takes less than a minute to figure out. Warm toned skin, golden olive, peachy, responds dramatically to ivory, warm white, and soft camel t-shirt shades near the face. Cool toned skin, pink, rosy, fair, lights up with bright white, soft lavender, or cool gray. Wearing the wrong undertone near your face pulls out the gray in your complexion, rather than those beautiful eyes. If you are still reaching for mid-gray or beige on beige combinations, swap the tee for a warm white or a rich navy depending on your skin tone. The lift around your face is immediate and unmistakable. The before and after of this one swap has made more than one woman I know stop and stare at themselves in the mirror for a long, quiet moment. Maintenance tip. Wash warm white and ivory t-shirts separately, and always with a small scoop of white-specific detergent. Keeping that brightness is what keeps the face-lifting effect working every time you wear it. Part 5 is the finish line. And we are talking about the accessories that take your t-shirt from simple to stunning in under 2 minutes. Part 5, accessories. The finishing layer that changes everything. Most women treat a t-shirt as something they wear before the accessories come out. That is the mistake, because the right accessories are not added after the outfit is done. They are what finish the outfit, define your personality, and signal exactly how intentional you are. Here is what most women never hear. A t-shirt needs one statement piece and everything else should disappear. Not 2 statement pieces. Not 5 small ones fighting each other. One piece that the eye goes to immediately, a bold sculptural earring, a chunky chain necklace, a structured leather belt, a silk scarf at the neck. Everything else should recede and let that one choice lead. This is the one that made a woman I know completely rethink how she had been dressing for 20 years. There is a layering principle for jewelry with t-shirts that takes 2 minutes to apply. If your neckline is a crew neck, a longer pendant necklace creates vertical movement and draws the eye downward in a flattering line. If your neckline is a V-neck or scoop, a shorter statement necklace sits perfectly in that space and frames your collarbone, which is one of the most elegant features your bone structure offers. Yes, wear it on purpose. If you are still leaving your t-shirt completely unadorned or piling on too many small pieces that cancel each other out, swap to one bold earring or one sculptural necklace and remove everything else. The look becomes 3 times more intentional in seconds. A silk neck scarf tied loosely at the collarbone over a plain white tee is the exact move that those naturally elegant women you admire have been doing quietly for years. Maintenance. Store your statement pieces separately in soft pouches so they do not tangle or scratch. A jewelry piece that looks pristine always looks more expensive, and that precision is exactly the energy a styled t-shirt deserves. You just built an entire wardrobe system around something that was already hanging in your closet, and the results are going to speak for themselves the moment you walk out the door. You just learned 8 specific ways to style a t-shirt after 60 that most women spend years figuring out alone. And you did it in one sitting. From the fabric that actually flatters, to the tuck that creates a waist, to the one accessory rule that makes everything click. You now have a complete styling system built around something you already own. Boom! Your bone structure was always this stunning. Now it finally shows. Tell me in the comments, which of these 8 styling ways were you not using before today? Drop a number and let me know. I read every single one. Next time, we are uncovering the exact handbag mistakes that age women over 60 instantly, and the simple swaps that make you look polished from every angle. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I will see you in the next one.